Support for this episode of PBS Reno Arts is provided by the Nevada Arts Council. Arts and creativity make us stronger, fueling innovation, prosperity, and thriving communities across Nevada. They boost our economy, promote well-being, and enhance education, empowering Nevadans of all ages. The Nevada Arts Council nurtures these essential creative forces. Together, let's elevate the arts in every corner of our great state. More at nvartscouncil.org. This is PBS Reno Arts. I'm Dave Santina in the studio of PBS Reno in Reno, Nevada, and we started this program almost exactly 1 year ago with our very first guest, Beth Macmillan. We dropped the show on the day that Artown began, and here we are a year later, and it's June 30th, the day that this drops. We're recording it on June 17th, but June 30th, right before our 1 year anniversary. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's amazing.
It's funny how Artown happens the same month every year. It makes it easy for us to schedule you to talk about it.
Yeah, it's funny because people say, when is Artown? I go the 1st through the 31st of July. And people go, well, the 1st is on a Monday or Tuesday, as it is this year. And I go, it doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It always starts on the 1st and finishes on the 31st.
Right, and then it takes you all year to get it ready for the next year, right?
That's right.
So, starting on July 1st this year, what are you excited about?
Oh, you know what, Dave? That's like asking me, what's my favorite
child? Yeah.
I know.
Unfair question.
I'm excited about it all. I'm excited about our community. I am really excited to make July a month in our community this year for 30th anniversary, to make everybody so proud of our community, so happy to be here, so happy to gather with friends and family around the arts. It just really brings joy to me to just think that we have changed the cultural landscape of our community for 1/12 of the year, every single year.
Yeah, you've created an event, a tourist event. Really.
Right. Your daughter and my children have never known Reno without Artown.
That's right.
So it's a part of the DNA on the fabric of this community.
Yeah, and it's going to continue on. It's a permanent fixture, it seems.
Hope so.
So pretty exciting. So for you, it's not just a beautiful month. It's a year-long job. I mean, you are the executive director. You're constantly preparing. Every once in a while, you get a minute to take a vacation, but most of the time, you're talking about Artown or preparing for it. So at this point, we are recording this on June 17th. In fact, we just recorded the introductions to Artifacts, an episode in which a piece of this podcast will appear. So this is very meta right now if you're watching this on Artifacts. But we're recording on June 17th. This will drop on June 30th, the day before Artown begins officially. So in this last basically 2 weeks, how much work still is happening to get ready? It feels like, oh, you should be prepared by now. Everything should be set. You're just putting your feet up and waiting to start, but probably not.
No, but you know what? I think the planning is everything. If you've got all the planning in place, when you hit play on July 1st, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
So our playbills are arriving today. Our T-shirts have all arrived. Well, the rest of our merchandise is about to arrive. Our interns have started working with Tanessa, our festival manager. We're still continuing to write grants, as we always do, regardless of what day it is and what month. We continue to fundraise. And we're just getting, the final press releases out. We're making sure that all our invitations to all of our VIPs and our sponsors have been sent. We're just making sure that all the ducks are in a row, so to speak, for the last 2 weeks. And then we can hit play really easily on July 1st. And we're so excited about many of the changes. I think we have to continue to always evolve to stay current. So that's what we are planning to do again this year.
Exciting. So what's coming up that is changed this year? What's new?
Well, one of the biggest changes is, they're redoing Arlington Street Bridge.
Right.
So Wingfield Park is closed, and that's where Artown started 30 years ago.
Yeah, that's where I always think of it, is right in the amphitheater there.
Well, and I really think that Wingfield Park is like the pinnacle of our downtown. I know a lot of people think it's City Plaza. For me, I think Wingfield Park, who has an island in a river, right?
Right.
So We do. And so we have been working with the county, and they have been absolutely incredible and gracious to work with. And we're moving all of our Wingfield Park events up to Rancho San Rafael.
Okay, a nice big open space. So great
Not
for
the same space we were in during COVID. We were in that space during COVID because we had to social distance. So we really needed to spread far apart.
I remember now.
This year, we're in the Great Basin Adventure Park, which is where the Flume Log Ride is.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So it's a smaller, more intimate. It's not intimate, but it's smaller than the big, vast
Right.
area. And it's got a slight grade to it. So there's a little bit, of the sightline assistance. And
Like a natural theater.
Natural amphitheater. And we're working very closely with Star Sound to bring in light, sound, stage, video wall, and all the rest of it. And we're very, very excited to have our community come up there. The parking is amazing. There's great ADA parking. And then the community is giving us the big meadow right adjacent to the May Museum parking for overflow parking for all of our general public parking. So it's really, parking is very accessible and easy to get to the venue. I'm so excited.
I am now too. You're getting me ready to go. So, all right. So opening night, what do we have coming?
Oh my gosh. So opening night always has to start with a bang. And how do you start a bang after 30 years? It's like, anyway, I approached Tim Snyder, who is an amazing artist, and he's got his own band, and he plays with Trevor Hall, and he's just really gone on to do great things. Well, he had a band here in town many, many years ago called Soul Drive, very beloved band.
I remember the name.
And they disbanded about 10 years ago. And all of the artists are just really doing great things in their own right. Well, they're coming back together, and we're doing a reunion show of Soul Jive.
Oh, that's great.
To open Artown's 30th anniversary.
I love that. So I got a little bit of Soul Jive music playing under me here because I had seen their name on the list, and so can you describe what they do, what the kind of music they perform?
Well, it's very cool. It's a sort of alternative. It's got some rock to it. It's got so many different vibes to it that really made them beloved. You've got Milton Merlot, who's a flamenco guitarist. So throw that in the mix. It's just really, it just feels very us.
Yeah, we're hearing...
Us meaning Reno, meaning community, meaning Artown.
What we're hearing from them, it sounds almost like virtuoso violin work.
Mm-hmm.
So they cover the gamut.
They do cover the gamut. But in addition, on opening night, we're bringing the biggest little circus to Rancho. So before the show, we're going to have this wonderful ambiance of the biggest little circus, which is local Cirque-style artists are going to be meandering around and doing, aerial work. And we're also having, right in Rancho San Rafael at the May Museum, we are going to be having a spirit animal workshop for children, because we're bringing that big spirit animal project exhibit to downtown Reno. So on the 1st, we are having a project for children to paint a mask so that they can make their own spirit animal of themselves.
Oh, that's great. So it's an exhibit in and of itself, but then you're creating an event for kids and families to participate in to really connect with that exhibit.
Right. And the exhibit, if we can segue into that exhibit, is there are 8 22-foot high spirit animals that have been built and made in Mexico City. They were in San Francisco, but they're here right now. If you go right now down to the historic old post office and the Pioneer Center Plaza, you will see these gorgeous, gorgeous statues. They light up from the inside at night. And then inside the post office on the 1st floor, we will be exhibiting the original, 2-foot high spirit animals that these are based off of. And then every Saturday in the basement from 3 to 4, and again from 4 to 5, we're doing those children's workshops again. And the parking is great on a weekend. You can park in the county parking lot across the street and come on down and create your own spirit animal.
Oh, how fun. How fun. I can already imagine what mine might look like. So I'm thinking about my spirit animal right now.
There you go. I think you should.
I love it. So that 22-foot high statues, that sounds like and there are 8 of them?
Yep.
That sounds like quite a display. I'm going to have to drive by there now. I want to go check it out.
Check it out and come down at night and see. It's just going to be wonderful. And one of them is in front of Wild River Grill. So it's just a really great, with Wingfield Park being closed, it still gives us a great presence in downtown Reno. And there's also going to be, on certain days of the week, I think there is going to be a roller skating rink on City Plaza.
Oh, fun.
So it's all going on.
I love that. So you can skate around the Believe sign, probably.
I think so.
Yeah. So hopefully you're not competing with the skateboard guys who are always trying to jump off of the benches there.
I think it's a planned event.
Oh,
so,
good.
Yeah.
Good. So
we'll
you have some safe space
exactly
to skate in, because I'm not a safe skater. I need a large radius of space around me to protect me from falling and. Well, I'm going to fall. Protect me from hitting other people and hurting them. It's like anytime I'm on skates of any kind. But that sounds like a fun place to do a roller skating event. So good idea. That's a cool idea. So, all right. So then you've got, it's almost endless, the number of things that you've got coming.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about the little book.
I was going to ask you, how
have you
people
felt the little book? Feel that.
I have not seen this. This is the little book
it's
that
heavy.
Every year this gets published by Artown, and it's full of it's the month's events. And look, I mean, I say look. Those of you who are listening can't look, but if you're watching on video, boy, it's thick and heavy this year. It's got a lot in it.
It's the biggest it's ever been. It's 128 pages, and the printer told us that 132 is the most it can be before you have to change this kind of binding.
Yeah, because it's just a staple.
It's a staple.
And you can't handle a staple's not going to do it.
It's really hard to even close it. But what's great about this is I love to use this in conjunction with our website.
Nice.
Jim Freeman has made the most incredible interactive website at artown.org. And so you can leaf through this, but you'll see every description only has 60 characters. So it's like, really, can you really describe something in 60 characters?
It's tough.
Otherwise, it would be like a telephone directory. So what's great is you can look at this and you can go to artown.org and you click the day on the calendar and all the events for that day will pop up. And then the description on the website is much more verbose. So you can really read about each event, decide where you want to go to. Most of the events are admission free. We're multidisciplinary, so we cover every aspect of the arts, whether it's culinary arts or historic events or fashion arts or any kind of music and dance and theater, tons of kids' activities, great outreach by the artists that we're bringing in from all over the world. So check out all of that in this wonderful, handy, it fits in a purse, fits in a pocket. It's wonderful.
It's a really important tool to use to help figure out what you're going to do, because it's everywhere. There's so many things to choose from that you really do need help sometimes to make a decision. Some of the events are ongoing, so you can maybe choose to go to an event that's ongoing on a certain day while going to a one-off event on a specific day when it's happening. That's where the book can help.
And that's exactly right. At the very beginning of the book, you see there's ongoing exhibits and events. So that's the very first section. Then you see our outreach that is with the artists that we're bringing in. And that segues right into all the workshops.
Oh, okay.
And then if you want to participate as a working artist, you can look and see all these different workshops that you might be interested in participating in. And after that, it moves into the calendar. So
then that's from day 1 to day 31, not just through the whole.
Right.
So it is really a valuable tool. How do people get a copy of this book?
Oh my gosh, there's so many ways you can get a copy of this book. You can go to Raley's branches, or you can go to Nevada State Bank.
Okay.
How about Porter Subs? They're our little book sponsor. You can go to Porter Subs.
I see them
and
on the back.
And you can also go to the Washoe County Libraries. And you can come to our office if you would like to in downtown Reno. We always like to have visitors at our office. You can see the mayhem that's going on. When people come in, they go, oh my goodness, it's a tiny little office and we got lots of boxes everywhere, whether it's T-shirts or books or playbills or it's all going on.
Okay. So easy to get a copy, and then you can use it to to guide your way. Or the website is also wonderful because it's gotten more detailed, but that this is something you can throw in your pocket.
Yeah, and we don't have what you consider an app that you would get from the App Store.
Right.
What you can do is I know I've done it, and I know many other people have done it. You download the website to your home screen on your mobile phone. And then you have it as an app, and it stays as dynamic as the website. If things change or we've got to, put a notice up, it is really our website, but it shifts, and Jim has created it so that it looks really fabulous on a cell phone.
I just learned something. I didn't know you could do that.
You can, and you should.
Huh. All right. So if I wanted to do that, do I learn how to do that from the site?
It's whatever cell phone you have.
Okay.
I mean, I have an iPhone, and I know it's very easy to save a website to your home screen.
Okay.
And I think that any phone enables you to save a website to your home screen, and then it just looks like an app on your phone.
Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. So then you just tap it and it pops right open to the website.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. I now I understand. I needed this tech assistance. Thank you.
You know what?
For your IT support.
And I am such an incredible IT genius. Not.
All right. So you've got so many events, but I think we should, I would like to hit any other highlights that you want to make sure that we are aware of, because I know, one of the bands that has come back a few times over the years that is a favorite for people here is Pink Martini, and they're coming back again, right?
They are. And you know what? It's their 30th anniversary as well.
Oh, how perfect.
It's our 30th anniversary, and it's their 30th anniversary. And the first time we had Pink Martini, we presented them at the Hawkins Amphitheater, which is where it's going to be again on the 3rd, coming right up.
So full circle. They've come full
circle. And Reno loves Pink Martini, and Pink Martini loves Reno, and outdoors in the summer in our beautiful little Jewel Box Amphitheater south of town. I don't think there could be a better way to spend the 3rd of July.
No, that sounds great. That sounds like a lot of fun. I look down the list and I see a number of other names. Some people whose names I didn't know.
Okay, ask me.
Like
Let's test me.
Michael, is it Casehammer?
Casehammer.
Casehammer.
Yeah, from Canada.
Yeah, July 20th.
July 20th. He plays the piano and he sings, and he does a lot of different styles, everything from boogie woogie to jazz to just to watch his fingers. It's almost, when something goes so fast it looks blurred?
Yes.
That's exactly what's happening here. And he's such a showman, and he's just really engaging. And, he's backed up by musicians, so he's not just solo on the piano. And it's just such a great evening of masterful playing on the piano in a very fun way.
I love that. I was a failed child pianist. My parents had me play for like 7 years, took lessons under duress, never embraced it, and ended up walking away from it.
Don't you think back and regret that you didn't embrace it?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it funny? You couldn't get out of it fast enough.
I couldn't.
And now you look back and you go, what was wrong with me?
Well, I try to give myself a break in retrospect, because when you're a kid and it's something you don't pursue and it's being pushed upon you, your instinct is to rebel.
Right.
So when I see a Philharmonic perform and I see these incredible musicians, and I think, what if I had loved it?
What would it have taken?
What if I had loved it and really, made a massive effort to be good at it? Would I have been any good?
But you know what? I think with anything, you have to have the talent, you have to have a lot of luck on the way, and you have to have that work ethic.
Sure.
So clearly, as a child, if you didn't have the work ethic,
Nope.
It doesn't matter anyway.
No, it was practice. I was forced to I practiced under duress, and then it was like, can I be done now?
Well, let's look at it a different way. Now you appreciate musicianship that if you hadn't had to go through that, you would probably go, whatever.
It's true. Thank you for that perspective. I needed that, because, yes, I do appreciate a fine performance now more than if I would have, especially piano, where that's the one I know what it at least feels like to try to play. And so I can really appreciate that. So I look forward to Michael Casehammer.
And when you see them go like this, they're not looking at the music.
Right.
They're not really looking at the keys. Their hands are moving over those keys like...
They glide.
I know. And they know exactly which one to push. It's really
It
astonishing
is
to watch.
beautiful. So Michael K. sounds like someone I should see.
Yes, I think you ought
I
to.
would look forward to that. Also, there are, and I want to identify a few things or bring to light, just so you can acknowledge and people who are listening can be aware. Artown is largely free to the public. There are a few ticketed events, right?
Correct. And Pink Martini and Michael Case are two of the ticketed events.
Right. So how do you decide which is it? Do they have to be sponsored in order to bring them in? Is that how it works?
Well, the free events, I can only reach a certain price point with paying the artists.
Okay.
When it's a ticketed event, it means that I can't get it underwritten enough. It has to have a ticket to offset, to make the budget balance. Let's put it that
Sure.
way.
Okay.
So, and when there are so many free events in July, the ticketed events really need to be an event that I believe will sell a ticket.
Right.
You don't have to buy a ticket to really have a great time.
Sure.
There are so many free things.
There are so many free things. I think it's important for people to understand that the ticketed events are ticketed for a reason beyond you saying, "Oh, maybe we could make a few bucks off this." No, you need to offset the cost of this event happening.
Can I talk about one other headliner?
Course,
I don't even know
course.
I don't have any idea what you have on your notes.
No, go ahead.
But there's an artist who's done a PBS documentary. Do you know who that is? That we're bringing into town?
Oh, now you got me thinking. What kind of artist?
She's a 2-time Grammy winner. She's a MacArthur genius, and she has. And she's also a Pulitzer Prize winner. She's done a wonderful documentary on PBS. Her name is Rhiannon Giddens.
Rhiannon Giddens and the Old Time Review. That's the name of the band. I actually did have her name on my notes, but did not know that history.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, and she's from North Carolina. She started a band called the Carolina Chocolate Drops.
Great name.
I know. And then she has also done the Silk Road project that Yo-Yo Ma started. She was the featured artist in that for a minute. I think she might still be doing it. But here she's coming with the Old Time Review. That's on the 24th at Hawkins. And she was just in the New York Times. She was just in Billboard magazine. So her star is up there, and she's amazing. She plays the banjo. But it's worthy to go see. Pull it up on PBS, and you'll be like, wow.
I'll look forward to that. So banjo, sort of bluegrass style, would you say? What kind of music? How would you describe it?
Bluegrass, old-time Americana, going back to her North Carolina roots.
Okay. Well, that's exciting. I will go back and do some additional research and learn about Rihanna Giddens.
We should have chatted before today.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't mind my ignorance being revealed publicly in the middle of this program.
You're
That's sort of the
welcome.
point. Hopefully someone else is learning along with me, and it's not just me. So this is an exhausting month for you. Do you do anything to prepare for it physically? I mean, you used to be a dancer. Your history is physical. So you probably just stay fit. But I mean, it's a month of I can't imagine you're sleeping a lot in the month of July. I think you're probably all over all day, every day. Do you do anything to sort of make sure you're going to make it to the end of the month okay?
You know what? I think I've been doing it long enough that I know how to pace myself. And I always tell everybody in the office, when you feel like you're hitting a wall, you take time out. Everybody will cover for you. We're here for each other. We all know we are such an integrated small staff that if somebody has to take a minute to find themselves again,
Right.
We're all there, and we have amazing volunteers, incredible interns. So, but it's really about learning how to pace yourself. I also make sure that I get at least 8 hours sleep a night. I am that person. And
that's perfect. That's what you need.
I do a lot of I do yoga, I do Pilates all through the month of July. I make sure I take time out to make sure that I stay healthy. I owe it to myself, I owe it to Artown, and I owe it to the community.
Well, that's a admirable outlook. I'm not sure I would have been able to hold it together for a full month like that, but that's a perfect answer. Yeah. So you're ready. You're always ready. You've
I
done
believe
this.
so.
How many years have you done this now?
I joined Artown in 2001, but I became the director in 2003.
Okay,
So it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. So you know the routine. You've got the rhythm down.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't mean there's not going to be curveballs thrown at you in the middle of July. In the middle of July, you go,
Right.
where did that come from? How are we going to solve this problem? So problem solving is something you really have to embrace and love if you're in a situation like Artown.
I bet.
Because you never know what's going to come your way.
I bet. So I imagine people's schedules get shifted, travel plans get blown up. All kinds of things can happen.
Let me also tell everybody who's watching or listening to this that if in the afternoon it looks like a thunderstorm's coming, it happens every year. We get all these phone calls. Are you going to cancel? Are you going to cancel? Nope. We're going to wait and see. The probability is that the thunderstorm is going to blow over, and by 7:30 we've got a beautiful, crisp, clear sky, and the show goes on, and the stars and the moon come up. And it's a beautiful, fresh night in July. So always trust us that we're going to try and make it happen.
I like it. That's a good plan. It's a good outlook. So,
and it's not me that will cancel an event.
Right.
It's the sound people. It's all this kind of stuff that cancels
the tech people,
lightning and thunder stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
right. They know when they're asking for trouble.
Exactly.
Okay. So before we hit the road here, I wanted to just acknowledge also that you are an Art Views columnist for pbsreno.org, and I wanted to ask you about that because it's a periodic column and you have to come up with a subject. Where do you get your ideas and decide what to write about?
It's sort of a spontaneous thing for me. I always think, okay, where are we at in Artown? What can I talk about that's relevant? What will people care about right now? And then that's where I come up with my subject. If I ponder it too long, then I've got, well, I could do this, or I could do that, or what about that? But if I keep it spontaneous and the urgency of it gets me to the right subject matter sort of immediately,
Gotcha.
And then we go with that. And I love that there are so many different contributors that you get all these different angles of the arts coming into that program.
Yeah, I love the Art Views columns because we get such a diverse group of professionals sharing information that is vital to people who care about the arts in this community, and you can learn so much about so many different disciplines.
Yeah, I think if you had to do that if you had to do this column for 10 years and then look back, you could probably write a really good journal and journey of the arts in our community from 10 years ago to wherever you end up.
Yeah.
Because, even when you look back at old photographs of Artown when it started, it seems so current then. Now it seems so then, right?
Right.
So it's just the journey of time is a very interesting one to follow in the arts, like anything else, I suppose.
Like anything else, yeah, for sure. All right, well, you've got work to do, so I'm going to leave you alone here and let you go. But thank you for giving me some time after we just recorded Artifacts host shoot, and now we're tacking on a podcast. So thank you for sticking around and letting me, indulging me a little bit. Much appreciated. All right.
You're welcome.
Before we hit the road here, I want to ask everybody to watch Artifacts on PBS Reno. That's via broadcast or streaming on pbsreno.org or the PBS Reno YouTube channel or the PBS app. Also, read Beth's Art Views and all the other art views at pbsreno.org. And if you have a question or maybe a comment or a suggestion, please send them to me at podcasts@pbsreno.org. My thanks to Beth Macmillan, and I want to say thank you for listening to PBS Reno Arts. Support for this episode of PBS Reno Arts is provided by the Nevada Arts Council. Arts and creativity make us stronger, fueling innovation, prosperity, and thriving communities across Nevada. They boost our economy, promote well-being, and enhance education, empowering Nevadans of all ages. The Nevada Arts Council nurtures these essential creative forces. Together, let's elevate the arts in every corner of our great state. More at nvartscouncil.org.